Hi everyone, and welcome to another Divya's Inspired Living. You can all see that I'm in a totally different environment. I'm back in good old England, home sweet home for me, so Oxford, England. And you guys will all remember, I'm sure not so long ago, I interviewed the wonderful Vasundhara Sundaram, and so happy to have her here with me in person. And how are you doing today, Vasundhara?
Thank you very much, Divya. I'm doing really fine. And welcome to my Razas and Razatis. Back again under the most gorgeous and kind invite of Divya. And in the last time you were in Canada and I was in London.
Yeah.
So I think my positive vibes just brought you to
Yeah,
London.
I think so.
And I'm happy. Thanks for your invite for me to come and be in Oxford with you. I live in central London, and where Divya lives is in Oxford with the family, and the hospitality is fantastic. Thank you to having me around here.
No, it's great to actually meet you in person. You're the first person that I'm getting to meet in person that I've ever interviewed. Never
Really?
ever happened before.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So, guys, why I have asked Vasundhara to join me today is because I had been noticing on her page recently there's a lot of buzz, a negative buzz actually, going on with something that's happening and amongst the Indian and Tamil community, whereby women and actually some men as well are being targeted. And Vasundhara has really been quite the voice for lots of men and women standing up to certain things that are happening. So I really wanted to, again, throw this over to you, Vasundhara, to kind of just maybe help to educate everybody with what's kind of going on at the moment. Because
Thank you, Divya. Because for those people out there, especially I know there's a big reach for you in Canada among the Tamil community, and that's the reason I requested to let's talk about this issue.
Yeah.
Like all of y'all can go into my Facebook, Vasundhara Sundaram Coffee with Vas. You'll find me there. The whole scenario is there. This incident is just like in the Tamil movie. A scammer, fraudster, so please be aware. Okay, there's this one particular individual. His name is Mr.Srither Sabapathy. He calls himself Srither. He's on Instagram, and he's totally fraud. He claims to run this company called Sai Media Production. It's a movie production company, advertising, models and everything, which is non-existent at all. It's just a front. Okay, he claims he lives in Switzerland. He does not. He lives in France. Okay, he claims to be the director of Swiss Airport Aviation, which he's not. I mean, someone to claim to be in such a high position, director of ATC, Air Traffic Control, Swiss Airport, Zurich Airport, Swiss Airport. See, any wise person or any Tom, Dick and Harry can literally tell, definitely you're not one.
Yeah.
Right? He tried to play his trick with me and with a lot of others out there, and some of them were fooled. I mean, easily one can find out who's the director of Swiss Airport Aviation. Am I right?
Of course.
Even
yeah.
if I tell you Heathrow Airport, I'm the director of Heathrow Airport Aviation.
You
can
look
always
it up.
find out.
You could go and
isn't it?
find out. Yeah.
Am I right? There's Google and internet and everything, right? And what happened? And he claims his wife is a gynecologist in France, in Paris, and which is all lies. And he's got a daughter who's in a teenage at the moment. So what he does is he paints his picture of him very glossy and glamorous looking picture. In his Instagram, he has put in pictures of all the drama artists, one or two celebrities. You see, when a foreigner goes to India, their main thing is they want to go and take pictures with a celebrity.
Yeah.
Right? And say, oh, Divya, hi, I'm from London and I'm your fan. And Divya is so obliged as an actress. And you look like one actually, Kanne patram pola irukku. And then what happened is that they said, okay, they'll oblige and take pictures. So he gets all these pictures lined up and everything. And he tries to con people that he's in the film industry, which he's not.
Yeah.
And I've got a very good influence in the Tamil film industry. I know a lot of people, and you know that for a fact. And he claims to be the #1 modeling agency that organizes models or gets models for all those high-ranking sari shops such as Pothys, Nallis, Kumaran, Sardas, and Sundari silks and everything, and that's totally lies, because I know for a fact there's a person called Karun Raman, which I've interviewed him on my Coffee with Vas program, and he's like a godson to me. We're very close, and all the sari shops get all their models from them, and all basically all the sari shops, they get all the A ranking actresses, Sneha,
actually be part of
Jyotika,
stuff, yeah.
Nayantara, and all to model for
Yeah.
their brand. They would not search a person like Sridhar Sai Media Production, and he goes and approaches ladies and convinces, hey, you'll be a perfect model for me and everything. And even he approached me, he says that Sundari Silk is dying to have me as their model. And you know, Sundari Silk, each sari causes a bomb. Kanjivaram sari causes a bomb. And come on. Okay, I'm not saying I'm all that. I'm not saying I'm ugly. I'm presentable. But then they are, you know, Sundari Silk, with their money, they could have got stars like the Tamil industry stars, and to put them there, come on, wake up, smell the coffee. I wasn't born yesterday. And mind you that my grandfather, my late grandfather, is a criminal lawyer. Malaysia's
Remember you
number
shared
one
that in your
criminal
last,
lawyer,
your last
V.K.
interview.
Ilayathambi Pillai. And I'm an advocacy here. I deal with con artists and all. And he tried to play the con on me. And then I said, okay, see, what he does to his victims is he'll find out about your background, and we so naively take note in Facebook, Instagram, we just reveal everything about us.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you see, naturally, generally, we are honest people, and we believe that the whole world is as honest as us. So he does your homework and he approaches you. Like in my case, he approached me saying that my uncle in Malaysia was quite popular, and he approached me saying, I'm related to that uncle of yours. And naturally, I see on the third conversation, I can find out there's something not right. Then what happened was is that somebody contacted me on Facebook, and somehow, you know, and said this is a fraudster, Mr. Shiva from Malaysia. And he contacted me, and I said I knew it. I wasn't shocked. You know, I know a liar, a fraudster. You see, there's a sickness called pathological liar, who just lies and lies and lies and lies. Before you know it, he would say the aliens came and had a cup of tea with me in the garden, and he expects you to believe it. So all that has happened. Then I started finding, and sometimes he reveals story. In the beginning, he told me that, you know, there are a lot of people talking bad about me in the media and everything. I say, wait a minute. If people talk bad about me, I can understand, because with 59,972 fan flows. If people talk bad about you, I can understand, because we are in the limelight. Am I right?
Yeah.
And you know,
gonna
people talk
happen.
about celebrities and everything. They gossip, and you know, out of envious and jealousy and all. And I say, who are you? Why are people targeting you
Yeah.
for? Nobody knows you.
Yeah.
Right? No, it's out of jealousy and everything. So it just didn't synchronize and click. And somehow he just mentioned a person that I happen to know, who happens to be in the airlines industry, right? And I know her very well. And I pretended not to know her. Oh, I used to be with her and she cheated me and all that nonsense. And I say, wait a minute, aren't you married?
Yeah.
And no, I'm no longer, you know, we are under the same roof, but we are living as separate things now. So I quickly called this friend of mine in Malaysia and asked her, and she said, oh my God, stay away. And without him realizing it, I've interviewed a person called his relative. He is with the Malaysian Hindu Sangam, right? And he said, oh, why did you interview him? I said, this thing happened a long time ago. Who are you to tell me who to interview, who not to interview? And say, oh, he's related to me, and he badmouthed him. So quickly I called his relative and I said, do you know him? The minute he heard the name Srither Sabapathy, he said, yo, Vasundhara, please stay away,
Stay
be
away.
careful. So more when people told me to stay away, I got more conscience. Who is this character? What is he up to? And then what happened is that and Shiva came and approached me, and all the people that he has cheated and jilted, especially women, in promised to marry them. You see, women can be very vulnerable in Malaysia. They want a better life in Europe. He claims that he is living in Switzerland. He would marry the person, bring them to Switzerland, and in that process extract money from women. Right? Promise them a career in the film industry and extract money. So promise them the stars and the moon, and you have a price to pay for it.
Price to pay,
And
yeah.
you see, all these are evidence. See, I'm daringly mentioning his name. Why? Because I can challenge him. You can sue me under defamation of character or character assassination. Because I, as a media person, have got all the proof. See, without proof, I can't daringly mention this.
No,
Am I
exactly.
right?
Of course.
Am I right?
You're absolutely
And this has got nothing to do with you. You invited me, and you thought this will be a good public awareness. In Tamil they say Velippunarchi, to educate the public, be careful. And this is spread viral around in Europe now. And I would like to inform the Tamil people community in Canada, right? And there's a large Tamil community. Be careful of this character. So what happened is that others with or he cons people saying that I'll get you a job in Europe, in Switzerland. He will send some download of visa application, which you can download it anywhere, and say, okay, for this you need to pay this fee, that fee. So he's conned a lot of people. And what happened is that I found out a lot of people that he's conned. And if you look at my shout out in Facebook regarding this matter, a lot of women has come forward, men have come forward confidentially on my messenger and has given me a lot of information, and they've even made police report and everything. So I've encouraged all those people who've been conned by Srither Sabapathy to go forward to the local police station and make a report. You may think that this thing would have happened several years ago, but it's okay. You can just go and make a fresh police report, and if you've made a previous police report, go ahead and make a fresh police report again. So this case will be brought up again, and we have formed up a WhatsApp group. All the victims and all has come together, because you see, Divya, if one person came and told you Vasundhara has got mental issues, you would say, no, I think you're lying. If two people, you will say, this is gossip and rumor. But if a group of 20 to 25 people come and tell you, Divya, Vasundhara has got mental issues, guys, I don't have a mental issue, don't get me wrong. It's just it's just an example. If 25 people come and tell you Vasundhara has got a mental issue, then you think, I think Vasundhara has got a mental issue, so you intend to observe me even more closer.
More closely,
Then instead of observing me from the surface, you'd observe me even more closer to find out if she got mental issues. Then once you start focusing on me, then you can detect some behavioral pattern which is not normal. It sounds abnormal. A person with not with a healthy mind. Okay. And then when your antenna starts erected and you notice these things happening, right? So when all these people are telling me, and that's where I woke up, because sometimes I'm too busy with court cases and dance classes and all my normal work and everything to concentrate. So finally I started concentrating, and oh my God, it's like you have opened a big can of worms, and it's not a very pleasant thing though.
And I think what's scary is actually how he has been able to penetrate so many people across the globe already. Right? He's been able to actually do this to a lot of people.
A lot of people in Malaysia, Singapore, India, and Europe. Because you see, one member we have formed a WhatsApp group now. So one member, a few of them are saying, you see, we are aware about this much of people. What we don't aware is, like, there are more people out there who's not aware about it, who know they are conned, and we want them to come forward. So, because it strengthens the case to frame him, to nail him in justice.
I have to ask you another question here, Vasundhara.
Go ahead.
How do you have this much energy to keep putting yourself constantly on the line for other people, for the cause of other people, whether it's the work that you do, in court for women, and this sort of work, like looking out for general public, as well as like your dance class. I mean, you've got this whole other side of you where you're sort of living and doing social work, and then your main job, and what is driving you to do all of this social impact?
The thing is that, every human's life needs to have a purpose. So I think I've lived a full life. At this age, actually, people will say, some of them have just started life or going through life. But I think I kind of had a full life. And I felt that I just want to do something to betterment another person's life. To do something, give back to society. Because I think God has been very, very kind towards me from the day I was born and till date. God has been very kind to me. I've never really, I worked hard for a living, definitely. But my career path in my last interview, I worked hard for a living. But God has been very kind to me. He's been very protected to me. He has never gave me short of my 3 meals a day, a roof above my head, left ones around me. So, and then I feel that it's a payback time. Instead of just being born in this world, exist in this world, and you die and go off, while you're alive, to make an impact. To make an impact and to betterment another person's life. So when you go, people still speak about you. Am I right?
Yeah.
So especially when it comes to women, like I've been a victim of domestic violence, so I don't put up with any form of domestic violence or bullying. Like what he has done is this hard-earned money. There's a woman in Malaysia who has lost 13,000 Malaysian ringgit, and there's a woman. It was informed to me by Mr. Satya, who's also been conned by him, that there's a woman in India who's a qualified doctor, a very young girl, committed suicide because of him. He goes into this Bharat matrimonial and he poses himself as eligible groom. And what happened is that of course, girls approach and he befriends the victim's parents. Let it be a male victim or female, he befriends the parents. He kind of he builds the trust.
The trust.
Just like how a pedophile builds a trust with the parent of the child that he's going to attack, he builds the trust and everything of the parent and all. So, and this thing, and then what happened is that I think apparently, some videos, he takes some videos of these girls and everything and all, blackmails them and everything. And Shivak told me that the girl has committed suicide. You see, I mean, I won't, see, to me is the worst thing a parent can go through is to see conduct their own child's funeral.
That's correct.
Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
To conduct their own child's funeral. Live alone, they've brought up the child, and somewhere in India, education is so expensive. A parent has educated his child as a doctor, and she just ends her life because this is what happens in India. Because family self-respect is far too more important than one's life. And the poor girl has committed suicide, and all this has happened. And enough is enough, Divya. I've done so much, I've brought under Crossroad Women's Center, Women Against Rape, brought a lot of rapists to court and everything, and make sure, they all got their dues, whatever in law. And this one is a very serious case, Divya. And especially men, when they come and tell me about what he has done to them, and I'm talking about adult men crying on the phone. They tell me, yo, Akka, my money, Akka, people have mortgaged, their parents have mortgaged the house for their children to get a job in the future in Europe. And even women's tali kodi they've sold and pawned it to give the child a better life, and they've taken loan and from loan sharks and everything and all that thing they have done. And when these people cry to me on the phone, you see, I'm no Christ, I can't move mountains, but together with the help of public, we can put a full stop to it, because this is targeting our own Tamil community. And he's very smart. He's not very smart, I would say. He's not a professional con artist. Because if it's a professional con artist, they will not leave tracks. I've read cases, files,
he's leaving
where
tracks.
Professional con artists, you cannot, oh my God, it's just like the Hollywood movies. But this is more of a Tamil movie that leaves track. So you can find the track and go. You see, for instance, what he does is, if I'm the con man, I want money off you. So I said, Divya, can you send me £1,000? But don't send it into my accounts, I'm having some problem. You send it to
my friend's account.
This account, my friend's account. And for all you know, okay, you are in Canada, I'm in London, and the friend is in Chennai. Why Chennai? Actually, I'm supposed to borrow money from him. I borrowed money. He's supposed to return back. Some cock and bull stories will go there, and this con man, me, will call this person in Chennai. Hey, my friend is sending that money. What do you do? Just get that money, because she's having difficulties to bank into my account. You take it and just send it to me via Western Union. And that person in Chennai could be innocent. Okay, and this is a one-man army. He doesn't operate with, he's too stupid to operate with people. He's a one-man army. Then what he does is, that money is sent to Chennai, the money is brought to me. So even tomorrow, if you go to police and they say, you gave it to someone in Chennai, how can you say it's him? But he leaves track. You know how? Phone messages.
Okay.
Divya send the money to Chennai. Sridhar send the money to Chennai. And then from Chennai, phone messages. Okay, now friend in Chennai send the money to me. So he leaves tracks, you see, so you can track him down. Honestly speaking, I just don't know how this person sleeps at night.
Well, I'm glad that you have the voice, and that you're willing to, or that you were so willing to actually share this, just so that everybody can really get the name again. Do you mind just repeating what his name is?
Mr.Srither Sabapathy. He calls himself Sridhar, and he's on Instagram. Just beware about this. Be extremely aware about this person. Please, please, please Today it could be Sridhar, tomorrow it could be another con man. But just don't trust anyone that would promise you a film career in the film industry. There's a K. Balachandran, especially women. There's this K. Balachandran movie. I think one of his black and white movies, there's this girl who wants to be in the film industry and all, and they will promise her a career in the film industry, which never happens, and she end up becoming a prostitute, right? So, and then there's a statement where this guy who promises her a film career, and he wants to use her for his sexual desires and needs. Then he tells her that உன் ரூம் லைட்டு சாத்தினா தான் அங்கே ஸ்டூடியோவில் செட் லைட் எரியும். அதான் in English what I'm saying, only if you choose to switch off your room light uh, and satisfy my sexual needs, only then you'll get a chance in the film industry. So they call it couch casting. Couch casting. So women are really not, be careful, darlings. I mean, if you want to be in the film industry, I'm not stopping you, but go through the proper channel and the right channel. There's proper channel, right channel. But the sad thing is, like in Chennai, you don't have proper casting. Proper casting agencies and everything. They might be there, so be careful. People can con you, but nowadays technology is basically in your fingertips, right? You can just Google.
You can actually Google things, look information up, right?
If you just Google Sai Media Production, there's a fake Google thing made under Sai Media Production, which is non-existent, and you put the phone numbers and all, it is non-existent. So just be careful. And then when you're going into all these matrimonial sites and everything, a lot of guys who claims to be in Europe, they are in Europe, for all you know, but please don't get conned. I mean, and this person has promised matrimonial to women in Singapore, Malaysia, and he's even befriend with their parent. Nicely befriend with their parent, and he has conned one Malaysian girl out of 13,000 Malaysian ringgit. But don't worry, when you all come forward to me on my Instagram or my Facebook Messenger, I will keep your names confidential. You see, I've only mentioned the victim, Mr. Shiva, because he's given me the full authority to mention his name, and he's very soon next week he's going to be in my Coffee with Bas program. Mr. Shiva, and then another victim. Some of the female victims are coming forward, but their name will not be mentioned and their face will not be shown. You can hear their voice, and believe me, I wouldn't daringly expose this person, Srither Sabapathy, if I haven't got evidence. You see, I've got evidence in the form of police report after police report was made in his name. So I'm coming forward so you can hear from all this victim side of the story. So your identification will be totally anonymous, but we would encourage you to go and make police report. We would help you do that. So we are filing a case. So all of y'all can file in a case. So obviously when it goes to court, it's not a one person against a one person, it's a whole battalion against a one person. So you can nail him down. And apparently, what happened is he's Malaysian born, right? He was married in Malaysia with a kid, dumped his wife in Malaysia with a kid. And what happened is that his case was going on in Malaysia. Mr. Siva and Mr. Siva's friend was suing him. What he did is that money was transferred to his father's account. Understand? His father was really old and vulnerable. That money was transferred to his father's account, and obviously the father had to come to court because of him. And the father was very old and fragile. The father only appeared in the court twice, and the third time the father couldn't appear in court. Guess what happened?
What happened?
Father couldn't take the stress. Father passed away.
Oh my goodness.
Heart attack. Was so vulnerable. Then what happened is that, and he's just absconded the country, he ran to Sri Lanka, and he met this girl in Sri Lanka, married this girl in Sri Lanka, and from Sri Lanka they've gone to France and claimed asylum. You see, and he claimed that he's a Sri Lankan citizen, but he's not a Sri Lankan citizen, he's a Malaysian citizen. See, Malaysian citizens, they can't go to Europe and claim asylum because Malaysia is a a war-free country. Whereas Sri Lanka the country has got a lot of issues going on, so people from Sri Lanka has gone abroad. So he's married a Sri Lankan girl in the purpose of claiming asylum. So he's lied to the French government as well,
Yeah, to be
right?
able to get
To be able to
live there.
to get that and everything and all. So there's so many things about him that people have come forward, which I'm encouraging you guys to come forward. Please, we need to put a full stop to it. And then about people promising you careers abroad. An individual is promising you careers abroad. Come, do not go abroad with a tourist visa. With a tourist visa, you can't work. It's illegal. If they give you 6 months tourist visa, you're there as a tourist 6 months. You can't work, cash in hand. If they catch you, they'll put you in prison and they deport you back. Then you just don't go and listen to any Tom, Dick, and Harry. See, you have to pay this much of money, that much of money, and everything. So go to proper recruitment agency. Google and check proper recruitment.
And there's
agency.
enough information, guys, to be able to go and do that. Like Vasundhara just said, right? We have so much available to us right at our fingertips now. So definitely something that you guys can all be doing. And
certainly, I mean, like you see, common sense would tell you if a stranger all of a sudden is going to go all out and say, "Come on, let me help you get you a career in Europe and all."
yeah,
Hold on,
the alarm
brother.
bell should be going off.
Where is the catch?
Yeah.
Where is the
There's
catch?
catch.
Where is the catch? Okay, this amount of money, this sum of money, pay me. Now that is the catch. Come
Yeah.
on, man. Even nowadays, at this time, 2021, even to earn $1, it's a lot, sweetheart. You
Yeah.
know, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But then be careful. Be wise. Be careful. And soon, in God's grace, I've always believed in karma. Okay, this person is going to be nailed.
Yeah. Well, with you behind him and and spreading the word and looking out for everybody, I think he will be nailed, and it'll be very much
Seriously,
due to
because
your
you
efforts
see,
as well.
when the victims are crying to me on the phone, help us, Akka, and I felt really bad. I
Yeah.
felt really bad. That's why when my goddaughter was down with me on Monday night, she came down from her uni, was a bit far far away, and when she came down and she spent Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning she went, and believe me, I didn't really have much time to spend with her just last week, and I was so involved in the case, phone after phone, and she was like, Amma, what's happening? I'm here to spend time with you and everything. And then I explained to her what happened, and I showed her, and she says, oh my God, just nailed him. And there are certain facts and everything. He has called me personally and threatened me, and all that conversation, all she heard and everything, and he's admitted, yes, I've been conning people. What's your problem?
Wow.
What's your problem? What does it hurt you? So he himself has verbally mentioned it. He's conning. Then we had a conference call, and then we put him in a conference call, and then got him napped, and everyone cornered him. He was so arrogant, He was challenging and very threatening and arrogant. He feels he's always been ran away from murder. Another fact of it, and his blood relative has revealed it to me. His father died because of him, because of going to court, stress and everything. And even his mother died because of him. And when he was in his 20s, the police came to his house. He lives in Cheras Taman Mida in KL. There's a place called Cheras Taman Mida. And his father was with the army. Mother's a housewife. Father Sabapathy. So what happened is that during his 20s, the police just came into his house. The mother was there, and they just grabbed him and they remanded him for a week because he was guilty. They put him in the cell in the police station, and his mother completely looking at the scene. You see, like certain mothers, that the child can never do wrong.
Yeah.
The sons especially.
Yeah.
And he comes from a Sloanese community. He's a bloody embarrassment to the Sloanese Sri Lankan Tamil community. See, what happened is that the mother just completely collapsed. She's taken to the hospital. Within 2 weeks, the doctor says it seems the heart burst or something. Too much stress and shock.
Wow.
And the mother died. And even then also, he had to ask permission from the police station to come and do his rights because he was the eldest son. Eldest son. And even there, he would deny everything, and whatever he does to others, he'll turn the table around. Okay, and he gets all these anti-threats and everything. They say barking dogs never bite, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I challenged him when he started threatening me. I said, okay, I'll tell you where I live and everything. I live in London. I challenge you. If you got the guts, you come and see me face to face. Right, and he just goes around threatening his victims and everything and all. So don't fall for this. Be careful, and if you want to see his picture and everything, we can post it in your Facebook.
Yeah.
If you want to, you can share it.
Yeah, and then at least
Okay,
it
what
could be
we
shared.
can do is from my Facebook, my Divya. Oh my God, we are wearing the same nail polish color.
Yeah.
In fact, Divya is related to me,
Yeah.
right? And
Which we
see,
found out.
we are related now,
Mhm.
which we found out closely, and through Divya's sister-in-law, which is so nice to know, and
Yeah.
you also in that field. So I would appreciate, Divya, in future, if these type of stories you can highlight it
Yeah,
to
definitely.
educate the public, especially our Tamil
Definitely.
community,
Yeah.
would be great.
And so everybody, that's why I wanted to bring Vasundhara back to you. So thank you, Akka, for being here.
Thank you, Divya.
And it's been such a pleasure.
It's been such an honor having you here, and the hospitality is fantastic. I just can't wait for dinner, home cooked food. Huh?
Definitely.
Take care.
See you all soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.